Peace, kings and queens. Peace, kings and queens. I'm Craig Excel from Ebony with 30. Um, I'm starting a series of videos discussing different topics. Today's topic is going to be about Lucifer. Who was he? It's not that I'm a Bible toting type guy. And, I'm not a born again Christian trying to convert people. I just want people to think. I want our brothers and sisters to start thinking about what they are told in church and what Christianity meant to us and how it affects us. There's going to be different topics, but today is about that. Um, I'll be breaking down different sections of the Bible. I'm not going to go into detail about specific chapters and paragraphs. You can always look that up yourself. Um, I like to use the Bible and speak in general terms, trying to let you understand about what critical thinking is and how you analyze things that people tell you. Even what I'm telling you, I want you to analyze that, do your own research. One thing is that, we have a tendency when we go to church, we let some person stand behind a podium, they open up a book and they ramble on. It seems like they're acting because you can go to the church right down the block and they sound the very same, same kind of speaking style. Every time you go to church, you'll have the guy who does the huh every time he says something, or the one who says, "Praise the Lord. Can I get an amen?" That type thing. So it's an acting thing that they do, but many of us don't see it because we've been conditioned not to see it. We've been conditioned to accept whatever we're told. Um, and much of that conditioning came through Christianity and the black churches. It's a great business. I mean, it makes good money if you can get black women involved, and it's tax-free money. Okay, so it's a good living. But I want to get to the topic that I mentioned in the beginning. We're talking about Lucifer or Satan or the devil, whatever you want to say about him. I was going through the Bible and I was doing some research on it. It's something I've been thinking about for years. Okay, and I've spoken to people years ago when I was younger. I'm an older guy now, but when I was 17 years old, I was trying to get my driver's license. And the driving instructor, he used to look at me all the time because I was in black. And every time he saw me, I was in black. So he started talking to me. He asked me, "Why you always wear black?" I told him I was in mourning, for black people. We're dying, and so that's why I was wearing black all the time. I still wear black a lot. Um, so he told me to analyze the Bible. He told me to analyze the story of the Virgin Mary. And if I can understand that story, if I can really understand it, then every part of the Bible would be opened up to me. And I did. And he was right. And then May 19th, 1982 came, and I really woke up. I was really what some of you might call a coon. I was the white man's pit bull at times when I was young in high school. I was the guy that the white kids, if the Nation of Five Percenters would attack them, calling them devils, the white kids would call me and tell me, Sick'em boy, and I would try to embarrass the Nation of Five Percenters, which showed how blind I really was. But May 19th, 1982, opened my eyes, really opened my eyes. I saw a film that the great Gil Noble did about, the prince, our shining black prince, Hajj Malik, Shabazz Malcolm X, and I woke up. Okay, so uh, during the conversation I had with the brother who was the driving instructor, when I did open my eyes about the Bible and understand what the story of the Virgin Mary was talking about, and I realized that everything that we learned about it was completely wrong, um, I started opening up other things in the Bible and started understanding what they were saying, understanding what we were taught and why we were taught certain things, complete lies. But it was just to keep us programmed, keep us in line, basically. So this topic today is about angels, Lucifer, Satan. All right, I was going through the Bible, and there are. Did you know there were different levels of angels? They are hierarchies. Okay, one of them is called the seraphim. That's the top dog angel. That's the one they say surrounds God. Uh, the throne. They surround the throne. Then there's the. I might pronounce them all wrong. I really don't care. You can always look them up. Uh, Cherubin or Cherubin or however you pronounce it. Then there's the thrones. Then dominions, virtues, powers, archangels. That's the one that many of us heard of before. Principalities and angels, the regular low-life angels, the little guys, the ones who mean nothing. And in the Bible, well, I pulled this up from ChristianAnswers.net, and it asked, and somebody had asked a question, and the question was, "Are all angels good?" The answer was, sorry, you can't trust every angel. The Bible classifies some angels as elect, which is in 1 Timothy 5:21, or holy, which is in Matthew 25:31, Mark 8:38. All angels were originally holy, enjoying the presence of God, Matthew 18:10, and the environment of heaven, Mark 13:32. Other angels oppose God under the leadership of Satan. Ooh, that's scary, isn't it? Like a good children's story. Okay, that's Matthew 25:41, and 2 Peter 2:4, and Jude 6. And Ephesians 6:12. We often call those demons, or them demons, okay? There are actually a great unseen conflict raging that goes beyond anything we can imagine. It is, it is not, however, a fight between two equal and eternal forces. God, who created all beings, is still in charge, and once he has used wicked angels to accomplish his purposes, he will bring them to a final defeat. Wow. Wasn't that a good story? Yeah. Okay, sorry about that laughing. It's funny because when I read it, it's like it reminds me of like a children's story, and the way I did it, how I spoke, makes you think, yeah, it did make a good children's story. Even though it's all lies, it's pure crap, but it was interesting, and I think it might have been a comic book back then, or just something that somebody said would be kind of cute, but it's a lie. It's a complete lie. I'm not going to use any profanity, but it was crap. And I can show you why. If you think about this hierarchy of angels, and they talk about the different levels, I was telling about archangels, angels, or Ephesians, or whatever they call it. I mean, not Ephesians. They have all these different levels of angels. And let me make sure I get them. Seraphim, Cherubin. Let's see the others. Yeah, you know about the archangels, the thrones. They're angels of pure humility, peace, and submission. Ooh. Dominions are angels of leadership. Virtues are known as the spirits of motion and control of elements. Powers are warrior angels against evil, defending the cosmos and humans. Archangels are generally taken to mean chief or leading angel. Principalities, in the New Testament, principalities refer to one type of spiritual or metaphysical being which are now quite hostile to God and human beings. And then there's the regular angels. These angels are closest to the material world and human beings. Now, one thing with me is like I said in the beginning, I look at different things, not just what the Bible says, but when you analyze different things and you bring them together. Okay, and there was a question of how did angels form? What are they? Well, according to the Bible, when God created the heavens, God automatically created angels with it. Because angels are not born, they don't die, they are an abundant amount, and they're at God's will. So, from my readings here, it seems as if there would be billions and billions of angels. Okay? And they were all created, at least when you read the Bible, it appears as if they would all have been created at the same time. When heaven was created, boom, that's it. The angels were created. Doesn't that tell you that there could not be a Lucifer? Think about it. If they were all created at the same time, then that means that it's like putting a something in a photocopy machine, and it just runs off millions and millions of copies. But other than the fact that the ink would change, you have to keep changing the ink to just keep it going, the copies would all be basically exactly the same. So how do you have an angel in a hierarchy? How is there a hierarchy of angels? And then it dawned on me that when you look at history, there's one thing that we all can remember. No matter, you can go into cultures thousands of years in the past and you would see the same thing. The military. The military, you have the privates, the colonels, the lieutenants, the captains, sergeants, generals, five-star generals. Well, think about it. That's where they get this hierarchy of angels, because there is no reason to have a hierarchy of angels. I'm gonna explain something to you that you should see right out the Bible, and we all know it. This hierarchy thing that they're showing. Why? Why would the Creator think about this? Why would the Creator have a hierarchy of angels? We were always told that the Creator, some of you would just say God. There's other names that we call. I'm not going to get into that. That could be another conversation if you want. Well, look, no disrespect to anybody. You can say Allah, you can say Yahshua, Yeshua. You could, whatever name, the creator, the one who created the universe and everything within the universe. The creator is everywhere. Everywhere. Meaning, like, I'm sitting here in this room in front of this computer. The creator is here in this room while I'm sitting in front of this computer. For you who actually watch this, the creator is actually with you while you're sitting there watching this. When you go to work, when you go to the bathroom, when you go shopping, when you're sleeping, the creator is there. That's what we were taught. The creator is everywhere. So what would be the purpose of making angels? What, the creator said, I'm not going to work today. I'm gonna let you guys do it. Okay, you go and sit with Craig, and he's doing some crazy video. Look, one of you angels gonna chill out with Craig. That doesn't make sense. That's kind of silly, isn't it? The creator's tired. The creator feels, that's too petty of an issue for me to deal with. See, this is how I speak, and this is how I look at things. I analyze it based on what's logical. Critical thinking, not just what the book says. Because that's what I mean. The Bible, the book, not just what it says, but analyzing. Because if it's based on history, we're not even going to talk about how come there are no dates in the Bible. But if it's based on history, and if it's actually the truth, then no matter how you look at a truth, it would always be a truth. If you put something in an oven and turn the oven up all the way, put it up to say 350, and you leave something cooking in the oven for 6 days at 350, it's going to burn. Well, that's a physical thing that you can actually do, and boom, you can see it. Or you can understand what heat does to molecules over a certain time period in an enclosed environment. Then you can analyze it that way. There's different ways you can analyze and say, oh yeah, this is what's going to happen, even without having to put it in the oven. Because no matter what it is, if it's the truth, you can come from any direction and still prove that it's the truth. Well, that's the Bible. I look at the Bible, it should be like again with cooking. It's part of a giant puzzle, or part of one of the parts of a recipe. You know, to understand who we are and what we are and why we do what we do. It's just part of it. There are archaeologists that can prove certain things, but there's some things that in the Bible that archaeology proves. So you can prove it through science, you can prove it through archaeology, you can prove it through some kind of dirt samples, you can do all sorts of things, satellites. There's a lot of things that you could prove. You'd probably be able to prove some parts of the Bible with. Not just reading the book and saying, oh yeah, because the book says it, that's it. No. Understand that you should be able to show that this is the truth, no matter how you come from it. You know, one thing I used to say is that one truth can destroy a million lies. And think about that. One truth can destroy a million lies. So here's the truth. Again, with these angels, why would the Creator need levels? Why? Man came up with that. Not the Creator. Man came up with these levels because we understand the military. So in order to explain who Lucifer is or the devil is, you have to come up with something that people, when they read it, they can understand it. Even if it's subconsciously, we understand the military. We understand in our jobs. You have us, the low-life employees. You have the managers or supervisors or section heads or leads. You have directors and general managers, all sorts of things. We are used to that. No matter where we go, we're used to it. You go to a store, you see the security guard. Okay, go to Walmart, you see a security guard or a greeter, a Walmart greeter. Then you see the people behind the cash register. You see people sweeping the floors. You see the ones who come out there with the managers with the white shirts on instead of the blue shirts. Okay, we understand that. That's structure. That structure follows us throughout our lives in almost everything we do. There's that structure out there. Look at the police department. We're going to talk about the police in another video. But look at the police department. You have the police department. You have the ones who do the traffic in the street. You have meter maids. They're not actually police, but you have the meter maids. You have there's different levels of them. Okay, in everything that we're part of. Okay, so that's where they came up with these different levels of angels. Now, I want you to think about that, because I'm going to go into something else with these angels. But if you understand these different levels, then you realize that, okay, Craig might be wrong about that, or he might be right about that, but it's something to think about. But then you say, well, why would the Creator make angels? The Creator's lazy. The Creator made more galaxies than there are grains of sand on the planet Earth. So the Creator's tired. There's only a few billion people on planet Earth, but I don't have time to listen to all that whining of these guys. I'm saying, you got no. That's impossible. Just think about it. The Creator saying, oh, here's Craig again. He's asking for something. Oh, Lord, I can't deal with him. You deal with him. Michael, you go down there and you deal with Craig or listen to his whining or whatever. No. So that's two things. Okay, the first thing is the levels of angels is a made-up thing that only man would do, because this is what we know. This is how we keep order in our own societies, whether it was back then, 5,000, 6,000, 10,000 years, 100,000 years, whatever. That's how we kept order back then. Number two, why would the Creator need them? Creator's tired? No. That can't be it. The Creator is busy doing something else? No, that can't be it. Because the Creator is everywhere. And if you could create the entire universe with all that's in this universe, there's no way you could be tired, with just a few billion people on this one planet. Unless it's like every planet that you created, there's only one person, but this one there's 6 billion or 8 billion of us, and we're all whining and wanting stuff. No, that's not it. So that's two. Then, and this is the one thing that you might have to really think about to get it. When the Creator made us, humans, okay, let's look at it this way. When the Creator made everything else, every time the Creator did something, let's just read it. In the Bible, it says, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. Okay, so now here we go to something else. And God called for the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. All right, now I can go on, because it all winds up like that, where God saw it was good, or said that is good, that type thing. God said, let's do this, and it was done, basically. But then when the Creator decided to make us, when they decided to make us, because they said, let us create man in our image. So that means that there's more than one, but that's another video, another day. But when the Creator made us, the Creator did something else. The Creator goes into the soil, molds us, breathes life into us, gave us powers over everything on the planet. Everything. Dominion, which is a powerful word to use. The Creator gave that to us. Only us. No other creature has that kind of power. Then the Creator has the Garden of Eden, and there's a tree with the fruit of knowledge on it. We're going to get into that another video, because I want to really talk about this silly old snake thing that people keep talking about, the serpent, whatever they want to call it. But we get back to this. Man bit the fruit and attained knowledge. Okay. When you analyze that, you realize that one, we are super special, and two, we are more powerful than angels. That's something serious to say, but it is the truth. We were made special. When the Creator made angels, the Creator made heavens, and evidently they would have been made with that, and it was good. But when we were made, the Creator took their time and said, "Let us do this," and they went through a process and breathed life. And that means something very special when you think about the breathing life, and they talk about the bones and the flesh of his flesh. I don't like saying he, I'm sorry about that, because I don't believe the Creator is a male. Okay, I believe the Creator is female, but again, in the future. So when you look at that, what did the tree of life mean? The tree of knowledge mean? That means that we were given an opportunity to do something that no other creation got. And here's strike three. That gave us the opportunity to choose. Let that sink in. We were given the opportunity to choose. The devil can't make you do anything. That's your choice. If you wake up in the morning and say, "I'm going to rob the bank," that's your choice. Because you can say, "I'm not going to rob a bank today." If you wake up in the morning and say, "I'm going to stick a needle in my arm and just lay it out and get high all day," that's your choice. Your other choice is you're not going to do that. Think about that. The Creator gave us the opportunity to choose what we want to do. Wow. No other creature was given that. The planets can't choose what they choose. The planets don't choose what happens to them. The galaxies don't choose what happens to them. They crash into each other. It's not like they can hit the brake. Like you got a galaxy here, a galaxy there. They moving closer. Like, oh no, I don't want to do. I want to crash. Hold on. No, I'm going this way. No, I'm going that way. No, you're going, and you're gonna collide, and that's it. Lions can't say, "You know what? I see those zebras over there, and I am hungry. But that zebra look kind of nice. I don't want to kill zebras anymore." Hey, look, guys. Queens, come here. Call all my queens together. All my princes and princesses, come together, y'all. I'm the king. I'm going to make a new announcement. We, as lions, are not going to eat meat anymore. We are going to be vegetarian. No, I don't want to hear it. We're going to start grazing. Isn't that stupid? It doesn't happen. It can't happen. We can cause it to happen because we were given dominion over everything. So yes, you can make a lion give up meat. You might kill him, but you can make him give up meat because we have that power. We have the right to choose. A lion doesn't. A tiger doesn't. A bear doesn't. A zebra doesn't. A zebra say, you know what? I'm gonna call all the zebras together, the whole herd. We're all gonna, and we're tired of these lions thinking that they're the kings of the jungle. Well, we as zebras are gonna go and kick those lions. Come on, let's kick that. No, it doesn't happen. It can't happen because they were never given the right to choose. We are the only part of creation that was given the right to choose. So now, when you take that, you take the fact that the Creator is everywhere, and you take the fact that how are there hierarchies of angels? That has to be a man's idea. How could Lucifer have been an angel that rebelled against the Creator? You don't have the right to choose. Angels cannot choose who they want to follow or what they want to do. We made up that thing in the Bible. Oh yeah, there's some good ones and some bad ones, just to make sure that anybody who questions about Lucifer being a fallen angel, well, there's some bad ones. No, why? Angels were created to perform a job. That's it. It's like making robots. Now we as humans, we can make robots do anything. We're working on that. But you go to an assembly line, auto assembly line, Ford, General Motors, Chrysler, whatever, and you look at those robots putting cars together. When that place closes and you turn out the light and you go home, you could look in the window and you're not going to see those robots talking to you. Tomorrow we're going to damage all of these cars because I'm tired of doing this robot thing every day. So, no, it doesn't happen. We're going to try to make it happen in the future, but it doesn't happen because they were not made to think on their own. They were made to perform a task, and that's it. Just like the angels. You perform the task that the Creator sent for you. That's it. So how could you as an angel say, you know what, look, I'm a strong angel. I'm better than these fools over here. These are real goofy angels. I'm the baddest angel out. I'm going to challenge that dude, the ruler, the Creator. Even though that Creator made you, I'm a challenge. I could be better than you. How? Angels can't create anything. Angels can't even come to life. They're not flesh. If you believe in angels, they're not flesh. So how could an angel even consider, even have the concept? It's like an ant saying, you know what, we've been slaving for this queen ant for all of this time, and all we get to do is eat some sugar and dig. Let's overthrow the queen, and we just be free. We just free ants. I don't want to be an ant, a servant to the queen. I want to be a free ant. What about it? What'd you say, guys? Let's become free. Let's get our liberation from that queen. She's a mean-ass queen. Ooh, I can't stand her. No. Just like a bee. A bee says, I've been getting on, building, making this honey and building this combs, and all she does is sit around and sleep and eat and have sex with them fools over there. I'm tired of this. I'm a bee, man. Yo, we do all of the work. We do everything here, man. We gotta fight. Look, and yo, man, I saw John yesterday. He stung this human and died, man. For what? And the queen didn't even lower the flag or anything. They said, oh yeah, let's take time off from work to honor John's death. No! Isn't that silly? Isn't it? They don't know the concept. They don't have it in them at all to imagine what it's like to choose. They weren't given that. We were given that right. They weren't given that. If you don't care about the things I said about the hierarchies, okay, that's fine. If you don't care about the thing, as look, they weren't given the right to choose. How can an angel rebel against the Creator when they don't even have the concept of choice? They don't have the concept of choice. When Atum and Ebis ate from the tree of knowledge, they ran and covered themselves. They had a choice. They could stay naked. No, they covered themselves. They had that choice to be naked or cover yourself. Ain't that something? We've been taught that Lucifer is a fallen angel. He was angry at God. I wanted to be as powerful as that dude. The Creator did all of this stuff, and here I am. I'm so strong. I feel strength in me. I want to fight you. I want to punch your nose. No. Angels weren't given that choice. The Creator made them to do a job. That's it. That's it. They got one job. That's it. And the Creator tells them what the job is. You do this, you do this, you do this. If that happened, I don't think they were true. But if it did happen, maybe I'm wrong. But if it did happen, this is your job, this is your job. How could any angel be stronger than any other angel? The Creator gave them all their job. Look, come on, yo, Billy, you miss Angel Training 101 again. No, there's no classes for angels. There's no school. They don't have a diploma on their wall. They don't run out there and say, Mom, guess what? I graduated a new class with honors. No, you're all the same. How is it possible that one of them can rebel against the Creator? You're all the same. There's no higher or lower angel. They're all the same. If there are angels, they're all the same. There's no classes. Well, look, I'm a regular angel. How do I become an archangel? Well, you gotta go to that physics class over there, and I don't think you're smart enough to get in that physics class. Oh well, I did good in my angel study class. No, it doesn't happen. Those levels are what we came up with. That's what we came up with. It didn't happen. It was made up by us to justify or to make the story of Lucifer or Satan or the devil seem palatable or understandable. See, he was one of the top angels. No, he wasn't. There are no top angels. They're all the same. The reason why I speak the way I do is because I figure that, if I say things in a funny light, sometimes you get it. It's easy to get it sometimes instead of me beating down and trying to. No, I make you laugh about it, but you might remember it. You might think about it a little bit longer. You might question things. You might not, but you just might. All right, so that's my angels theory. Lucifer and the so-called devil, Lucifer, whatever. We've been had, like Malcolm said. We've been had. We've been played. We've been duped, bamboozled, or whatever you want to call it. Well, let me say peace, my brothers and sisters, kings and queens. And I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully I'll see you online. Come to Ebony Over 30 and you get to meet me. We get to talk more. Peace.